In the name of God, praise be to God, and may the blessings be upon Muhammad. Today I will be going over chapter 108 of Quran called The Abundance. The chapter reads as follows: Indeed, we have granted you, O Prophet, abundant goodness. So pray and sacrifice to your Lord alone. Only the one who hates you is truly cut off from any goodness. Surah Overview. In the first verse, God promises Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the glad tidings of Al-Kawthar, abundance in this world and the hereafter. The second verse commands the Prophet, peace be upon him, to show gratitude for this gift by dedicating all prayer and sacrifice solely to God Allah. In verse 3, God Allah describes His divine defense, assuring the Prophet, peace be upon him, that his worst enemy, who reviled him, is the one who will be utterly cut off and whose efforts will be without fruit. This surah is a declaration of divine grace and triumph for the Prophet, peace be upon him. Its purpose is to announce the immense gift of abundance, or a river in paradise, commanding the Prophet, peace be upon him, to dedicate all prayer and sacrifice to Allah alone. It serves to console the Prophet, peace be upon him, by assuring him that his enemies who mocked his lack of sons are the ones who will be truly cut off. Context: the surah was revealed to console the Prophet, peace be upon him, after his sons passed away, which led a polytheist like Al-As ibn Wa'il to mock him by calling him Abtar, one whose progeny is cut off. According to reports in classical Tafsir and Hadith literature, one of the Prophet's sons died. Some of the Quraysh opponents began mocking Muhammad, peace be upon him, calling him Abtar, meaning someone cut off or without a surviving male lineage. They apparently thought that because Muhammad's sons had died, his name and influence would disappear after his death. The surah therefore turns the insult completely around. The one who is truly cut off is not Muhammad, peace be upon him, but his enemies who opposed him. Historical background. Before this, in Surahs Ad-Duha and Alam Nashrah, we have seen that when in the earliest phase of prophethood, the Holy Prophet, upon whom be peace, was going through the most trying conditions, when the whole nation had turned hostile, there was resistance and opposition on every side, and the Holy Prophet and a handful of his companions did not see any remote chance of success. Allah, in order to console and encourage him at that time, had sent down several verses. In Surah Ad-Duha, it was said, and surely the later period. Every later period is better for you than the former period, and soon your Lord shall give you so much that you shall be well pleased. In Surah Al-Nashrah, and we exalted your renown for you. That is, though the enemies are trying to defame you throughout the country, we, on the contrary, have arranged to exalt your name and fame. And the fact is that along with every hardship there is also ease. That is, you should not be disheartened by the severity of conditions at this time. This period of hardships will soon pass, and the period of success and victory will follow. Such were the conditions in which Allah, by sending down Surah Al-Kawthar, consoled the Holy Prophet as well as foretold the destruction of his opponents. The disbelieving Quraysh said, Muhammad, upon whom be Allah's peace, is cut off from his community and reduced to a powerless and helpless individual. According to Ikrimah, when the Holy Prophet was appointed a prophet and he began to call the people to Islam, the Quraysh said, Muhammad, upon whom be Allah's peace and blessings, is cut off from his people as a tree is cut off from its root, which might fall to the ground any moment. Muhammad bin Ishaq says, whenever the Prophet, upon whom be peace, was mentioned before as bin Waril as-Sehmi, the chief of Makkah, he used to say, let him alone, for he is only a childless man, Abtar, with no male offspring. When he dies, there will be no one to remember him. Shamir bin Atiyah says that Uqba bin Abi Mu'ayt also used to say similar things about the Holy Prophet. According to Ibn Abbas, once Ka'b bin Ashraf, the Jewish chief of Medina, came to Mecca, and the Quraysh chief said to him, just see this boy who is cut off from his people. He thinks he is superior to us, whereas we manage the Hajj, look after the Kaaba, and water the pilgrims. Concerning this very incident, Ikrimah reports that the Quraysh had used the words as Sanbar al-Munbatir min qawmihi, a weak, helpless, and childless man who is cut off from his people, for the Holy Prophet. Ibn Abi Hatim has related on the authority of Shmir bin Atiyah that the same kind of meanness was shown by Uqba bin Abi Mu'ayt by rejoicing at this bereavement of the Holy Prophet. Atta says that when the second son of the Holy Prophet died, his own uncle, Abu Lahab, whose house was next to his, hastened to the pagans and gave them the good news. Batira Muhammadun al-Lail. Muhammad has become childless this night, or he is cut off from root. Such were the disturbing conditions under which Surah Al-Kawthar was sent down. The Quraysh were angry with him because he worshipped and served only God Allah and repudiated their idolatry publicly. For this very reason, he was deprived of the rank, esteem, and honor that he enjoyed among his people before prophethood, and was now cut off from his community. The handful of his companions also were helpless, poor people who were being persecuted and tyrannized. Furthermore, he was bereaved by the death of 2 sons, one after the other, at which the near relatives and the people of his clan, brotherhood, and neighborhood were rejoicing and uttering such words that were disheartening and disturbing for a noble person who had treated even his enemies most kindly. At this, God Allah, just in one sentence of this brief surah, gave him the good news, better news than that which has ever been given to any man in the world, besides the decision that it will be his opponents who will be cut off from their root, and not he. More than 1,400 years later, Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the most named after and most spoken about. Chronology. According to the view that it is Makan, it is counted as the 15th surah, revealed after Surat al-Adiyat and before Al-Takathur. Name and ayah count. Name. The surah is known as Surat Al-Kawthar, the abundance, or Surat Inna Ataynaka Al-Kawthar with the opening ayah, and also as Surat Al-Nahr, the sacrifice. Classification. It is the shortest surah in the Quran in terms of words and letters. Verse count, 3 ayahs by unanimous agreement. This concludes the chapter. See you next time.